Hey everyone, I'm going to do a quick review of the new Manchester City players that came out today. We've got 8 players in the pack, and I'm going to get straight into it with the 3 centre-backs that we got in the pack, starting with Manuel Akanji. So Manuel Akanji, we've previously had a 94 rated one, so it's not the best Manuel Akanji that we've had, but 92 is still pretty good. They've boosted his defensive awareness more than any other stat, although it's 86, it's still not the best. My one big concern with Akanji is 81 for defensive engagement. It's really not great when you're playing competitively, divisions and so on. He comes up a little bit short with that stat. Other 2 defensive stats are fine. Speed is good for a centre back, and his physical strength is pretty good as well. And also his skill set down here. He's got aerial superiority, he's got heading, acrobatic clear, interception block. He's got a good set of skills there for a centre back. Like I say, a bit of a concern there though with engagement. So I wouldn't be too pleased to be getting Akanji. The next centre back we got is John Stones. Again, we've had a better John Stones. He had a 94 rated in the England pack, so he's not the best we've had, but still at 93, not bad at all. Look at his defensive stats here, all around the 90 mark. They boosted his aggression more than any other stat, so he's more aggressive than the previous Stones. Speed and acceleration, alright. On the ball, you look over on the left here, good control and passing as well. Good for a centre back, so those are pretty eye catching. But his heading and his physical strength and jumping are kind of okay, but not brilliant. That's one slight concern. Balance at 70 is pretty decent for a centre back, and 81 stamina is good for a centre back as well. But that physical strength does concern me a bit, and also when you scroll down a bit and look at his skills, a couple of nice passing skills, but for a centre back, interception and sliding tackle is all he's got. You're looking for blocker, acrobatic clearance, man marking. Also, he's not got heading, aerial superiority. So again, that in the air, he's lacking. So John Stones, pretty solid, but you're going to be looking to get some skill trainers when we get them with the next update and trying to max out all the skills for a centre back. If you can do that, very solid option. And like I say, not the best physical strength and aerially, but he does make up for that by being good on the ball. And then we got the third of the centre backs, Ruben Dias. This is the best Ruben Dias we've had so far, because the previous versions have all gone up to about 95. This guy goes up to 97 now, and you see his defensive stats here, they are obscene. Really strong defensively. They boosted his tackling more than any other stat. And I look around at his other areas, physical strength and aerial strength, very good. Not brilliant on the ball, but not the worst either. The one area where he's slightly lacking is he's not the quickest. Personally, I'd be looking at maybe taking some points back from defending, because he doesn't need all that. You could take as many as 4 off, put that down to 8, and then still he's over 90 for all 4, and then you got some points you could reallocate, put 4 on his lower body, and then still you've got another 4 left. Why not get his passing up over 70? Still over 90 on those defensive stats, but then he's suddenly got some speed, 86 stamina, which is great for a centre back. And he can pass a bit better now as well. And you look down at his skills, interception, man marking, aerial superiority, good set of skills for centre back. He's not got them all. I'd like acrobatic clearance on him, but again, update's going to come soon with skill trainers. So at 96 or 97 rated, depending on how you build him, he's a fantastic option if you get him to play centre back. And he's got unwavering form, so when we don't have live update in the summer, when the European leagues are finished, he's going to have unwavering form, which is pretty handy. First of our midfielders, we've got Rodri, defensive midfielder. Rodri, we've had a 97 rated in the Spain pack, so again, it's not the best we've had, but 95 is still a very good player. His physical contact has got a bigger boost than other stats. And you look around here, he's obviously strong defensively. On the ball, he's pretty good at passing. He's not the most mobile. That's the one thing with Rodri where he's lacking. You could maybe take a bit off his defensives, maybe 2 off there, give him a bit more speed, gets him up to 70 speed, and then his stamina and kicking power up to 90, which is always nice. Up to you, whatever you prefer. He's obviously a very strong guy, so he's not going to be easy to shake off the ball when he's defensively strong. You look down at his skill set, he's got some of the important defensive ones, interception, fighting spirit and so on. He's also got a lovely set of passing skills as well, which are handy. So a very, very good central defensive midfielder. Then we've got Gundogan. This is an interesting one because Gundogan is the highest rated Gundogan we've had. We've had a 94 rated feature once, and the base goes to 92. This one's 95. With this one, personally, I'm looking at his play style. He's a whole player. You're not going to play him as a defensive midfielder, and no matter what you do, you're not going to make him defensively strong, no matter what build you put on him. So I'm looking at the auto allocation of his points. I'm thinking, well, I'm going to take these 7 points back from defending, because it's not going to make much difference. If you do that, you look at what the skills he's got. He's got great ball control. He's got really good passing. But you look at his lack of speed and acceleration and thinking, okay, I've got these points now. Lower body's already on 8. It's going to be costly to put more on him. That'll be 3 per point if you increase that. Dexterity though, you put that up, you're thinking this guy's a whole player. Really, you want to really maximise the fact he's a whole player. And I'm looking at his passing as well. You don't need it that high. If you take 2 off his passing, because you put a lot of points on there, you still got 92 and 90, and then you can put more on dexterity. And you've got 2 points spare. So now you've got 85 offensive awareness. That's really going to maximise his play style of whole player. So is it when he makes those runs in attacking situations, he's going to be more responsive, more effective, and now we've also got his acceleration and his balance up to the 80 mark to make him a bit more mobile, a bit more manoeuvrable, which is great. And those 2 spare points, stick him on aerial strength. That gets his physical contact to the 70 mark, which is nice. Good set of skills for a playmaker, 1-touch pass, through passing, bunch of other nice skills there. He's going to get into great positions to make things happen, to play through balls and to create chances. Really tidy offensive central midfielder, Gundogan. Next we have Bernardo Silva. He's another one with unwavering form, which will be handy in the summer. He goes up to 95, which is pretty much on par with the previous versions. Brilliant on the ball, you see here. You could take some of those points off and maybe put them on passing, because his passing's not outstanding. Or maybe you could put some more points on his speed, because he's not the quickest. But he's got fantastic balance, offensive awareness is good. He'll be tidy mainly as an AMF. I don't think as a player with 73 for speed you want to have him out wide, but depends on what works for you and depends how you play. And with his skill set down here, great shooting, great passing and crossing. Got a lot of end product. Very good player, Bernardo Silva. And then another creative player, Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish, we've had a couple of 94 rated ones before, so he's not the best we've had, but not far off at 93. Again, he's very good on the ball. His dribbling's outstanding. Dribbling is what they've boosted more than any other stat. You can see it there, stands out from the rest. My one concern with Grealish is his passing is not brilliant. If he's a playmaker for you, you're going to look at that and think, okay, 82 in competitive matches, divisions and challenges, is 82 going to be enough? His finishing is not brilliant at 73. Great on the ball, offensive awareness is good, speed and acceleration not the quickest, great balance. I'd be looking at maybe taking a bit of his dribbling off there. You could take that down by a few, stick a bit more on his passing. Tempting to do that. He's got a bit more product. He does lack skills when it comes to end product though. Doesn't have through passing, doesn't have long range shooting, doesn't have pinpoint crossing. So again, when the update comes and we've got skill trainers, you might want to try and stick a few skills on him, see if you can get a bit more end product out of him. But he can be a very effective player if he suits the way you play. And then finally, the one most people are probably the most excited about, Erling Haaland. Erling Haaland, every version we've had has gone up to 96, including this one, except for the Showtime that we recently had, which went up to 98. So he's pretty much on par with almost every version we've had. The one stat they've boosted more than any other is his low pass. So if you like to feed low pass into your strikers, take a touch and have them involved in the build-up, that could make a difference for you. The low pass going up to 67. Obviously his core stats for a striker, offensive awareness, his physical contact, his kicking power, finishing. He's deadly when it comes to taking chances. He's quick, powerful. The one thing for me, or the two things really that put me off him, balance here, 62 is not great. For a big strong guy, 62 is not great balance, and his technique as well. Even his dribbling isn't great, but 70 ball control, 67 tight possession. You might want to take some points away from other areas and try and beef that up a bit, but already it's allocated 4 points. It just depends. If you don't need to get involved in the build-up, you're just going to be putting balls into the box and you just want to finish them, I guess it might not be a problem for you. He's deadly. We've all played against him in the game. We know how good he is. So if he suits you, that's a hell of a player to get. So that's the 8 players. I hope you found that useful. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.